On Sunday afternoon, November 4th, 113 Northwestern student athletes participated in the second annual Wildcat Professional Excellence Program, a unique event that aims at preparing junior student athletes for success once their athletic careers at Northwestern University come to a close.
I think there's so few other schools, maybe one other, that does something like this. I mean, you think about this. Here's Northwestern wanting not only to worry about our student athletes as students and as athletes and cheer for them, and of course we're so proud of them, but also to look ahead with the student athletes and to think about their future. And you know, we have got the greatest resources in the world, the Northwestern alums who are willing to give back, to come here, to be a part of a day like this, and to get a chance to talk to these young student athletes who represent us so beautifully, and to hopefully give them an idea, a thought, an email address, a reference point, a contact, someone to chat with as they start to look ahead to their future.
I'm Nick Pinkerton. I'm on the men's swimming and diving team. I'm a junior diver. And this fall I got to work with the Wildcat Professional Excellence Program, and it was a great experience. We got to start out by working with Ron Brewer, who came in from the NCAA. He worked with us and taught us a little bit how to present ourselves. Ron was a really charismatic and enthusiastic guy. It was really great working with him. He really showed how no matter what you personally believe your skills are, you have to be confident when you approach someone, and always go in thinking that you are the best at that and that you can do whatever you can. And so we went over elevator speeches and how to, if you meet someone for the first time, how to look at them in the eye and tell them what you can do and be confident in yourself. And we also went over how to approach people in networking settings and settings where you may feel uncomfortable. And he said, you know, you can't be uncomfortable approaching someone new, and every opportunity you don't take is a missed opportunity. So that's something I really pulled away from that experience. Then we got to experience an etiquette dinner with a great lady, Deb, and she showed us how to really interact at a dinner table without making us look like typical college students. For example, salting your meal before you eat it may lead the employers to think you jump to conclusions, which I did not know beforehand. So now, if I go into a professional meal, I'll know that prior to and won't make that mistake. And there were also a lot of other great examples that Deb showed that really helped out, and I think it would be very valuable in the future. And then we got to meet with some professionals in various fields, and it was a really great opportunity. I found it really amazing that so many of the people in there were so high in their field, they were so successful, and it was just the amount of power that was in one room at dinner time was really mind-boggling to me. And I got so many business cards out of the networking seminar that I know that I can always contact one of these alumni and ask them for their advice, and I'm sure that they would be more than willing to help me.
Northwestern University trustee and former men's tennis player David Kabiller made the program possible by providing the resources and taking on an active role in its organization.
The Northwestern student athlete is so special. It's so rare to get somebody with that talent and play at this level, but they need to be inspired and they need to understand their options. And so we needed to, with the experience I had at business school where people came to me and exposed me to new opportunities, I wanted to do the same for the Northwestern student athlete. And it was really to help unleash their potential. So many people in the business world want these student athletes. Student athletes want great jobs, but there's no communication. So that's the genesis of it.
I am a journalism major, so I would love to work for either a fashion or sports publication. You know, the two things that I'm interested in are pretty opposite, to be honest, but they're both things that, you know, are who I am. So I think just taking opportunities like that and advice from the people who have been there and who have made great careers for themselves, you know, now I know what I can do to make my next 2 years more beneficial for myself.
Got to talk to 3 doctors today, and just really, each of them, took a different route into medicine, and especially being a student athlete, my route's obviously going to be a little bit different, and just learning, with them looking back at their situation and what they've been through, what they've learned, kind of, any regrets that they've had or anything they've done differently, has helped me think about my plans for the future and how I'm gonna approach that situation.
Kain Colter might be the only Division I starting quarterback planning to go into medicine after graduating. The ambition and focus he used to get the starting job on the field is the same ambition and focus he has for being successful after college.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I was thrilled to see that. He's a very impressive young man. His drive comes out immediately when you get to meet him, you get to talk to him. And I'm convinced that if Kain continues to follow his dream and his passion, he indeed will be a physician, and he'll be a wonderful physician. He'll be a great physician. I suspect he's going to take a path that's going to be different than a lot of people because he is a Division I quarterback. But frankly, I hope he comes to school at Northwestern, and I look forward to seeing him in his medical school class.
This university has such an awesome alumni base, and they're so willing to help out current students that it's really easy to contact them and keep in touch. For example, because of the networking seminars, I got in contact with 2 alumni that are in my field, chemical engineering, and I hope that in the future I can work with them more. And I've been in contact through email, and they've been way nicer than I ever thought possible to someone who is just a normal student at Northwestern. And I think that it's a great opportunity for everyone to experience, and it's a lot of help moving forward after I graduate.
From a coach's perspective, this event allows our student athletes to really understand our commitment. The commitment the university has made, the commitment that our alumni group have made, and not only are we interested in the success on the field, their success in the classroom, but it's about their success in life. And an event like this, an opportunity to bring everyone together in the same room, just puts that promise into action.
You look at the academic standards. Some will say, if you look at the student rankings, we're 11th or 12th in the country, and we have greater ambitions to even surpass that, and we have great momentum. And then you look at our athletics and the level we compete against. Outside of Stanford University and selected programs such as Duke, the Northwestern student athlete is in an elite class in the absolute world. The cross-section between competing at this level of academics and athletics, it's hardly anybody. The Ivy Leagues, for the most part, aren't competing at this level. And so it is unexplored potential to find these kids jobs because they are the absolute at the top 0.0001%, and they need to understand that and how to position themselves. And really, if you look at the cross-sectional ranking of the student athlete in the world at the level we compete at, Northwestern is arguably 1, 2, or 3. And to fully exploit that, we need to do more programs like this.
Here's the thing. Our student athletes actually already have 2 full-time jobs. They're full-time students and they're full-time athletes. Well, that makes it really hard to have internships and to do things that non-athlete students at Northwestern are able to do. I had 4 internships in journalism at newspapers during my Northwestern days. I had 4. A lot of these student athletes don't have time to do more than 1, and maybe they don't even have time for that. So this completes the Northwestern experience in my mind for our student athletes. The great academics, the great opportunities on the field of play, and now the ability to look to your future and to connect with Northwestern alums who've done exactly what they've done, just ahead a few years, and now for those alums, for us to give back to these wonderful student athletes. It's the perfect circle of life, I guess you can say. That it's all coming back, paying it forward. We cheer for these athletes in their sports, and then we get a chance to meet them, and they're just as good as we'd hope, even better.
Wow.